Dear friends, please support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. When my mom was in the final stages of her battle with cancer, my boyfriend of 3 years flat out refused to grab her pain meds from the pharmacy right next to his gym, claiming it wasn't on him to handle. He figured he'd use my heartbreak as a chance to teach me independence, so I flipped the script and gave him a lesson in self-reliance he'd carry for life. We'd been a couple for 3 years, shacking up for the last one, when mom's cancer roared back, aggressive, no cure in sight. Doc said 4 months tops, but she hung on for just under 3. Those weeks turned me into a shell, balancing a full-time job with daily 40-minute drives to the hospital, buried in paperwork, insurance battles, and trying to ease her suffering as she slipped away. I never bugged my boyfriend for much help, until that one desperate day when my car crapped out, and I begged him to swing by the pharmacy on his way home from work. It was literally steps from his gym, where he religiously pumped iron every evening. He glanced up from his video game and hit me with those words that shattered everything. Not my problem. You gotta learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Mom passed 2 weeks later, and there he was at the funeral, playing the devoted partner, soaking up sympathies from my family who had no clue he'd never set foot in her hospital room or lifted a finger. That evening, back in our place while he gamed online with his buddies, cracking jokes like the world hadn't shifted, I made up my mind. If my burdens weren't his to share, then his weren't mine anymore. I kicked it off subtly the next morning by skipping his usual alarm setup, waking up on time. Not my job. He bolted awake 2 hours late, scrambling, demanding why I hadn't nudged him, and I just sipped my coffee with a shrug. Next up, no more whipping up his breakfast or packing lunches, routines I'd handled since day 1 of cohabitation. Feeding him? Nope. He hit the drive-through circuit for a week, then griped about packing on pounds and feeling queasy from the junk. When his gut aches kicked in, I coolly reminded him, "Your well-being isn't on me." Laundry followed washing his stuff. Definitely not my duty. He cycled through the same grimy work shirts until colleagues started side-eyeing the stench. Then I ditched handling his schedule. No more booking dentist visits or flagging deadlines. He no-showed his checkup, ate a cancellation fee, then blew his vehicle registration renewal and got tagged with a ticket during a traffic stop. He stormed in raging about the fine, but I held firm. Tracking your deadlines, not my role. Groceries shifted too. I stocked only what I needed, ditching his protein shakes and prepped meals. He'd stare into the barren fridge, baffled at the void. His gaming corner, I let it devolve into a trash heap of soda cans and snack wrappers, drawing ants like a picnic. Family stuff. I stopped prompting him about his mom's birthday or his siblings' milestones, and that big work pitch he'd been prepping. Slipped his mind without my nudges. Every blow-up, he'd yell about how I knew these mattered, and I'd echo back. Your family, your career, not my concern. His crew noticed the shift since I bowed out of planning our hangouts. No more hosting dinners I'd slave over while he basked in the props. No more tracking his pals' birthdays or snagging those prime tea times he loved boasting about. His social scene tanked in weeks. One buddy even cornered me at a bar, saying I seemed distant, and I shot back, his emotions, not my territory. Work took a nosedive when I quit editing his reports and slides. His supervisor called him out on the drop-off, leaving him stressed and clueless about the chaos. He tried preaching about teamwork and mutual support, but I threw his words back. When I was crumbling with Mom, you said it wasn't your load. I'm just mirroring that wisdom. The real spiral hit when he blanked on a major quarterly review, no calendar entry from me. He blew up my phone mid-workday, freaking out over lost notes and the start time. I let it ring. His professional life wasn't my watch. He limped through, but his boss wasn't impressed, muttering about shelving his promotion. Finances imploded next. He forgot rent, which I'd always managed, and his cards maxed out without my spending oversight. He broke down in tears, accusing me of letting it all crash, and I stated plainly, "Your money never was my obligation, you just assumed it." One dawn, while he snored off a late-night binge of beers and gaming, I packed my world into boxes. Glancing at the wall calendar, I spotted his note about hosting his boss and spouse for dinner that night. 0 prep done. I loaded my car, paused in the bedroom doorway, eyeing him amid the mess of his unkept existence. The doorbell chimed through the peephole, his boss and wife, dressed sharp, awaiting the promised meal. It rang again, insistent. I pictured them puzzled, double-checking the date. They'd trekked 40 minutes across town, mirroring my old hospital commutes. My stuff was stowed, Most of the apartment's junk was his anyway, the massive TV, sound setup, gaming rig, knocking escalated. Matt. It's Dave. His boss's voice boomed. Dave Thompson, the career gatekeeper, outside our pigsty while Matt dozed in boxers. I snatched my keys, surveyed the wreck one last time, and snuck out the back to the garage. Echoing knocks faded as I descended. Then shouts erupted from above, Dave's fury piercing the air. They'd tried the door. Matt never locked up after gaming marathons. His boss had barged in, discovering his star employee out cold amid booze litter and fast food debris, the place reeking of neglect. What in God's name is this? Dave thundered. Matt's groggy mumbles mixed in, what's going on? Dave's wife, Karen, gasped about the odor, the bugs, the filth. Dave, let's bail, this is disgusting. I slid into my trusty Honda, self-maintained, self-funded, and revved it up. Dave's roar echoed. Sick, you called out sick today and this is what I find? You're done, Matt, done. Karen muttered about ants and moldy dishes, horrified in her fancy outfit. As I pulled out into dusk, Dave and Karen stormed from the building, him barking into his phone, likely firing off termination emails. My phone buzzed nonstop, but I ignored it. Felt off how his empire crumbled so neatly, every pillar reliant on me. The boss's timing, my exit, karma's precision. 20 minutes down the road, it rang relentlessly. I stopped for gas, something I'd handled for both cars, and checked. Missed calls from Matt, a few from his mom, Linda. Texts piled up. Where are you? What happened? Boss showed your fault. I wiped them clean. 40 minutes later, a budget motel on the city edge welcomed me, basic, spotless, paid cash under my name alone. For the first time in years, I was solo, unburdened. The room's simplicity soothed. Bed, TV, desk. I exhaled deeply, free from the weight I'd carried since Mom's diagnosis. By midnight, 50-plus missed calls from Matt, voicemails I bulk deleted. Then Linda rang. I'd nearly ignored, but curiosity won. Sweetie, Matt's here, distraught, says you vanished, mentions his boss, doesn't add up. What's going on? Ask him, I said. His messes aren't mine anymore. But you're his girlfriend, living together, you look out for each other. Am I? Was he there when Mom was fading? Pause. He said you've been icy since she passed, mean even. I chuckled genuinely. Did he mention the meds? What meds? When Mom was in agony, my car died. Pharmacy next to his gym, he passed it daily for months while I trekked to her bedside. One ask, grab her pain relief post-workout. Know what he said? What? Not his responsibility. Time for me to toughen up. Mom suffered hours while I busted 2 hours each way. Got home with pills, he was gymming, posting no excuses selfies. Silence stretched. That doesn't sound like my boy, but doubt crept in. Your son's not my load, I said. He clarified that when mine didn't count. Bye, Linda. I blocked him everywhere, reset streaming passwords, all mine anyway. Next day, refreshed, no routines but my own. Called the landlord, explained. Off the lease, paid up, but solo from now. He'll sign, I said. She hedged about liability, I hinted. Check the place soon, his job's shaky after last night's boss visit. Work felt lighter, coworker noticed my glow. You seem better, I am, Linda called midday. Spoke to Matt about dinner, he forgot inviting his boss, blamed no calendar reminder from you. Yep, stopped that after his independence lecture. He's claiming sabotage. I didn't sabotage. I stopped saving him from himself, big difference. What else did you quit? Everything, clothes, food, docs, bills, friends, work stuff, family, all he deemed not his when I needed backup. He got canned this morning, badge deactivated. Not my issue. No, she conceded. Seeing that now, he's hounding you via my phone, wants answers. Didn't do to him, stopped doing for him. If he crumbles without a handler, that's on him. Says I failed raising him, expecting women to baby him. I stayed quiet. The meds, did you get them? 3 buses, 4 hours total. Mom writhed in pain, he gymmed on. I'm so sorry, her voice broke. Truly. Your son isn't my responsibility, softer now. Maybe he'll learn now. Work resumed, phone silent. No pings about his dinner, socks, meetings, peace. 3 weeks on, Alex texted casual chats since meeting at a gathering. Meeting ran long, wiped out. Still dinner? Sure. Mine switching, cook at mine, closer to you and I wanna see you. Stunned a guy offering to cook despite fatigue, not ditching or delegating. His pad, tidy, stocked fridge. He prepped stir-fry, poured wine, chatted days. Your mom's birthday, wanna mark it. October 15th. He calendared it instantly, not my job. Dad lost to cancer 5 years back, he shared over plates. Anniversaries suck. We dove into loss, real talk. He washed up casually, I dried. Partnership effortless. October 15th, 2 months later, dating 6 weeks. Thinking of you. Cemetery solo or company? Company. He arrived with yellow roses, mom's fave, mentioned once. How'd you recall? Calendared it, key stuff for key people. At her grave, silent support, hand in mine. I updated her on my raise, new digs, this guy who remembered without prompts. She'd adore you. Wish I'd met her, the mom who built your strength. Dinner that night. We alternated cooking naturally. 6 months post-split, gas station sighting. Matt in rumpled burger joint uniform, pumping $5 from wrinkled bills into a beater car. Shoulders sagged, unmanaged Matt. He spotted me inside. I feigned interest in snacks. He entered, hovered. Pack of Reds, to clerk, new smoker once scorned as weak. I brushed past, he murmured my name. Outside he trailed, please hear me. Doors locked, engine on, I drove off, mirror showing him defeated, cigs in hand. 2 weeks later, thick envelope from his folks' address, his script. Weighty please excuses, trash-bound, unopened, his narrative, not my concern. Weekend, Linda messaged. Therapy now, listed your tasks, 3 pages. Shocked one person juggled it. No reply. My therapist probed guilt, none, just relief. His hardship paled to mine, grieving while running 2 lives. Anton texted. Matt missed bros law grad, lives home, still forgot. Sad for the brother, but not my fix. Alex and I merged homes after 8 months, mutual chat over coffee. Lease ends soon, find our spot. Yes, spreadsheets, split viewings, equal app, move-in, chore board suggestion, so no one overloads. Kiss amid boxes, he got it, share loads. Year in, Linda updated. Dating a 22-year-old from group, she loves caring for him. Warned her, she won't hear, like I ignored warnings decades ago. Her profile, young, weary, posting doting meals. Pity, but she'd learn or not. Alex caught me browsing. Okay, great, history looping. We handmade pasta, him dough, me sauce, dance of equals. Proposal 6 months on. First date spot, flawless plans, schedule check, friends invited, ring spot on. Build a shared life, both in it. Yes, for daily proofs of equity. Planning, he venues, me food, handled family dramas solo. Sent Linda invite, polite no note. Saw announcement, he drank alone. Happy you found better. Wedding seamless, split duties. His mom hugged, heard your past, raised him partner not project, thank God you valued yourself. Honeymoon, marriage, promotions, new ride balanced. 2 years flew. Leading team, marathon training. Whole Foods run, saw couple she exhausted, cart pushing, list checking, he phone gaming. Babe, protein, not listed, you didn't text. Get it now, chocolate too. She pivoted, he trailed oblivious. Wanted to warn, his needs aren't yours, but she'd awaken or sink. My phone, Alex, grabbing flowers for party, need else. Chalks for your mom. Got 'em, party aced, us in sync. Friends noted ease versus old days. Matt. Vanished, parents' basement, retail grind. Post cleanup, wine on couch, ever wonder if he'd helped. Still his keeper, not living mine. His loss, not win-lose, my built life, worthy partner. Grocery woman likely alarm setting, prepping while he coasts. Maybe a crisis wakes her, maybe not. Didn't hate Matt, indifferent. Ultimate payback. Linda's last, marrying girl like old you does all. Warned, thinks I don't get love. You were right, wish I'd taught better. No response. Lessons hard-earned, he'd find another enabler. Our Europe trip, joint plan save, work win, run prep, living fully. One morn, Alex's alarm failed, dead phone. Panicked. Why no wake, showering didn't know. Right, my bad, laughed off. Home with flowers tie, for snapping unfair. You didn't, you owned it. Double alarms, new charger, adulting. Grateful for the wander, eye-opening. Till next, subscribe for more.